Hi, everybody. I've heard somewhere if you sucked on the bone, you deserve to eat the meat. And by that, I mean if you happen to watch my past part one and part two of this Superstar Christie Repro review, I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't really slamming on the doll. I was just mentioning aspects that I was unhappy about. But this third part is actually a much on a lighter note because I'm going to emphasize the good points. Superstar Christie Repro, number one, she is just part of what I like to think of the superstar era renaissance that began about 10 years ago when Mattel started reissuing superstar era classics. And they've been doing reproductions of these dolls for a lot of different reasons, and I'm not going to get into that right now. But, anyways, um, part of this superstar era renaissance is when they reissued Superstar Barbie. Okay, they reissued Black Barbie. They reissued Barbie Rockers from the first year. They reissued Peaches and Cream Barbie. They reissued Day to Night Barbie. Okay, and they even reissued a few years ago Totally Hair Barbie. Now, Totally Hair Barbie is from the 90s, so she's not technically the superstar era anymore, but still a gorgeous doll nonetheless. So here are the good points. Again, Superstar Christy Repro, like I said, she's part of this superstar renaissance. That's good. That's good. Because for the last 10 years, the sculpts and the themes or lack thereof Mattel has been churning out have been, well, less than. Less than. So bringing back the superstar era head molds, is like, yes, please, yes. So, point number two, visibility. Okay, this is an absolutely stunning black, dark skinned Barbie doll. Okay, now there's always been a bit of controversy because technically she is what they call a dip doll. A dip doll, for those of you who may not be familiar with this term, is basically a doll that was sculpted with white features, okay, and was simply poured in brown plastic to make the black version. Okay. Now the reason why they're called dipped is because when dolls like composition dolls and early dolls were made, they were literally dipped in brown paint because they didn't make them brown. You know, they just dipped them. Now, some folks might be sensitive to such dolls such as these because she has the features of a white woman, but she has the skin of a black girl. Okay. Now I happen to be of mixed blood heritage. I'm Latino, and I happen to have an appreciation for people of mixed heritage because, well, they're my kin. And it's also my modest opinion that um, people who have mixed heritage of different cultures, different bloods, have a very exotic look to them. And I don't mean that in a fetishizing type of way, but I mean that in the most respectful manner. Okay, and because when I was in high school, I've known a lot of girls that actually look like this. Okay, because either the mama was black and the father was white, or the mama was white and the father was black. Okay, so they have this mixed look, of, again, I knew several girls who had looked white, okay, because they had the very thin, tiny button nose, thin lips. The cheekbones were not very, very high or pronounced. Okay, she had the quote unquote good hair. Okay, not C4 type, tightly coiled. So they look white in one way, but they had this beautiful melanized, very dark skin. Okay, and so there are plenty of women out there who actually look like this. Okay, they actually look like this. So visibility, it's a great point that not only for dolls that may have an ambiguous or blended ethnic look, but the superstar head mold. I mean, come on, as far as I'm concerned, this is Barbie. The superstar head mold is absolutely gorgeous, whether used on a white doll, a black doll, a tan doll. You can even make her, I don't know, in a fantasy lavender skin tone or baby blue or any color. Okay, it's the face is hypnotizingly beautiful. It's gorgeous. So visibility of a dark skinned, impossibly beautiful doll. Okay, it's important. I'm glad she exists. Okay, another good point is that a lot of the reproduction dolls that Mattel has been churning out in the past decade have had the horrific, and I mean horrific, feature of having her eyes be pixelated, cheap, low quality decals that if you touch too much, they will rub right off. I That really gets on my nerves, and I wish I could go into the Mattel designers boardroom and just read them and tear out the pages. Okay, it's like, what are you guys doing? Why are you doing this? Okay, now a lot of people have been complaining. Okay, that they're very unhappy with the cheap decals on the doll's eyes for the last decade or so. And I guess enough people complained, and Mattel got a whiff of our complaints, that they said for this particular repro, hold on. Let's do her face, makeup, her eyes, eyebrows, Let's go at it old style. So Mattel actually made a point of mentioning in their website, the fact that this doll's face is painted on. Okay. Her eyes are not pixelated, cheap decals. Okay. Her eyes, let me see if I can get a little bit of a close up without it getting blurry. Okay. Her eyes are painted on with stencils, like in the old days, or the olden days, here, her mama, the 70s superstar Christie, the original. Okay, so the fact that her eyes and eyebrows are painted on with stencils, okay, it's a huge improvement, okay, on craftsmanship, okay, and quality that Mattel is churning out. Okay, so Mattel, bravo. Yes, I gotta give it to you. Go back to painting the dolls' faces with stencils. Okay, that's a great plus. Another wonderful point of this Barbie is the fact that her hairline, okay, is not attached. Okay, let me see. When a doll's hair, let me see. Oh, the camera's going out of focus. But see, this is because I'm not big budget. I'm not Hollywood. Okay, when the doll's hair is attached, as you can see, if you try to comb her hair back, the attach will join rather, and then when you try to separate the hair again, you will see the two rows, okay, exposing a long line of her scalp, which is unsightly. So the fact that this is attached, okay, the original, I was never crazy about the attaching, okay, but this new version, since her hair is not attached, but it's rooted in such a way that if you comb all her hair onto one side or the other or the back, you can always just with your finger separate it, and you will always find the part hairline. Okay, so again, another wonderful point about this doll. So, here go again, Mattel. Bravo, bravo for the hair. Another aspect is that the original Christie, she was rooted, a little more sparsely. Okay, her hairline, you could see the plugs kind of distance, from one another, from the next one, which, is unsightly. It's unsightly, because then you can only leave her hair down, because if you put it up in an updo hairdo, again, you're gonna see all the gaps. Okay, now this doll, she's been rooted, okay, with a hairline that you can style her hair any way you want, up, down, to the side, whatever, and it's not going to show unsightly gaps. Okay, so again, Mattel, you did good in these areas. Better rooting than the original. Bravo. Okay. Now, another wonderful point is that Mattel faithfully recreated her jewelry, okay, the diamond necklace, earrings, and ring on her finger, okay, and also was very faithfully accurate in reproducing her gown. Okay, this gown is identical, as you can see, as the original. Another good point. Bravo, Mattel, for reproducing the fashion identically. The boas, again, identical. You can't really tell one from the other. That's how they did good job. They did a good job there. Another good point that about this doll is how the back, okay, has snap-on closures, okay, instead of those hideous Velcro, cheap things that Mattel's been using on most dolls in the last 10 years, because Velcro is horrific. I hate Velcro. You can say I'm prejudiced against Velcro on fashion dolls because all it does is, well, just tangle up in their hair. Anyways, there'll be part 4 of this Superstar Christie review. And right now I'm running out of time here for this part 3. So thank you all for watching, and I'll be seeing you soon. Bye bye for now.